Hey, what's up, y'all? We are coming fast and furious today. We got NBA and MLB, so we're always, that sounded dirty. We're always going fast and furious when it comes to stuff like this. So we're going to do a drafters draft. We haven't put it on video in a few days. I'm excited to talk it over.
So am I. So am
I. 6 of us today. We'd like to get more of us, but we need y'all to come play with us. There's a link to the Facebook group that's posted below. Just ask to join. I'll let you in. You don't need to have used our promo code, but if you want to, the promo code is DFS5Pack. We appreciate it, but you certainly don't need to. We're just looking for more players.
Amen to all that.
So as you can see, we make our own drafts. We can set them up, and then we invite the right people. We got 14 games tonight, so we're going to customize our positions. I'm thinking 2 pitchers today for sure, right?
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
All right, so we get rid of the left field or center field, and we go with outfielders. We're going to probably go 4 today because it's a big slate, and then just 1 random hitter.
I mean, I feel like we could do 2 hitters just because of also it adds all the DHs and then just kind of like 2 flex spots if you're cool with that. Or yeah, cool with that either. I think DH and hitter might be the same. I'm not sure.
All right, let's go 2 hitters then. Good enough.
Cool.
Got a bunch of us. I cannot tell you guys, I don't understand how difficult it is to get some of y'all to play on here. It is fun, man. We have fun on here every day. The draft's the fun part. And they got late swap and auto swap, which means that, like, I don't know, if things don't work out the way that they're supposed to. Stephen Casey, Monks, and Spencer. All right. Like, they'll put those guys in for you.
Yeah, they will, which is really nice. One thing I wanted to ask you, and I wasn't sure how this is done, not saying you'll know, but now that I'm thinking about it. Let's say both me and you have guys from a rain delay or from a game that gets postponed. How do they decide who gets who?
Oof, I have absolutely no idea. You were right. I don't know.
Figured you didn't. It's just an interesting thing, something to think about. I'm sure it's done fairly, whatever. I mean, not sure how, but I'm sure it's done fairly.
I'm sure it goes by, I have no idea. Who has more money in their account and they want to keep happy?
Probably not that way.
Probably not. All right. So we got 3 of us in, waiting on a couple of others. For me, when I'm doing my first draft of the day, and this is my first draft of the day, I like to pop open the MLB schedule just as a little bit of reminder of who's going up against who. Come on, Internet. You work a little faster. Huggy Bear, Papa Steve. Oh, yeah. And then Volatile Jerk. I did not invite him. So that's going to be on me. I have to give him the link. Oh, no.
Oh.
Is he in?
He's in.
Perfect. Easy peasy. Don't have to worry about it then. All right. Where are we all drafting today? I don't think first pick is like nearly as important today as it is some days. There is no Jacob deGrom on the slate. There is no, Corbin Burns, Shane Bieber, anything like that.
There's not, but I do think Flaherty is like by far the top option. So I'd much rather have first. I'd rather pick first than anywhere else today.
Okay. No arguments.
I don't really care that I'm picking 6th as compared to 2nd, but I'd rather pick first for sure.
See, I definitely like Flaherty a lot, but I don't think I don't think he's like leaps and bounds ahead of Erod for me or anything like that, or Gallon or something.
I get that. I mean, for sure. It's definitely not like, Cole versus the Tigers or something like that.
No. Like, I get the warm and fuzzies from Jack Flaherty. I definitely expect 20 plus from him today. But I don't, yeah, you're right. It's not DeGrom or Cole against the Tigers.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And you were right about Cole. He did not have, I didn't watch that game, but the Astros made him work yesterday. Only 4 Ks. That's probably going to be a season low for him.
Yeah, and 2 of them came like in the last inning. So he was at 2 Ks.
I think the last 2 batters, right?
Yeah, he was at 2 Ks for a hot minute. I mean, he's awesome. But Houston, man, they just don't strike out. Like, they will have random games where they strike out some. I mean, I don't know, like, but most of the time they just won't. Man, Brent Suter's projection here is pretty nuts, though.
Sure. So we have Ryan Monk first, Sean second, me, Stenstock, Steve and Casey, and then Mr. Bellman.
Yeah, let's get it, man. It's starting now. I know it'll go Flaherty first, and then I'm wondering how it'll fall after that. I'm wondering where you're gonna go.
Well, I was gonna do something, and then I changed my mind on what I'm doing.
Okay. Well, that doesn't give me too much info.
I'm gonna go for the upside pitcher. It was way down here. Take Carlos Rodon.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was like definitely where you were gonna go. Shocked at how low he is. I was hoping maybe you wouldn't see him.
I forgot about him for a hot minute. Not gonna lie, I totally forgot about him.
Yeah, clearly, and he's down there so low. I mean, I feel like once you saw him, he was probably your obvious choice. No.
He was. I was actually thinking about maybe like going hitters right away because I like a lot of these guys that pretty similar. But when I saw him down there, I'm like I like Charlie Morton, I like Zach Gallen, I like Rich Hill, blah blah blah, Erod. But at the same time, going for the Nolan Arenado revenge game, classic Steve.
Yeah, obviously, I like that call a lot too. Man, I see nothing wrong with that strategy at all. Like, because there's guys I still like here too. You know what? I'm just gonna make my life easy though. Weather concerns there. That's the thing. All right. Definitely give me him. Way too low.
Oh yeah.
Forgot about him. Also, it's funny when you see this, like you talk about, like after we've been talking about DK and stuff, like it seems off. So I didn't even recognize him at first.
Yeah, I think that's where you talk about just from a strategic standpoint when you're playing on DK and FanDuel and everything like that. Like this really lets you hone in on the guys that you like.
Yeah, 100%. Like, because you are forced to choose. Like, you have an ultimate time limit. Like, you're just forced to choose. Like, give me Cruz. And I know, like, I knew I liked Cruz, but man, the more I'm looking at him, man, he's one of my top hitters on the board, clearly.
Who does he go? Minnesota's got
Schoolboy on the road.
Yeah. Okay. You think he's going to go double up with Goldschmidt, or is he going to go pitcher here?
I thought about Goldschmidt, but man, he's like not good enough to take this early. I think he'll probably go pitcher.
I mean, Zach Gallen's looking pretty damn fine right there.
I agree.
All right. Well, I wasn't going to take Gallen anyways because I'm a Giancarlo Stanton guy today.
Yeah, how could you not be?
I was actually considering him in the first round because when he hits 3 home runs tonight, you need him on your side.
Yeah, I mean, that'll probably win you the league.
Yeah, I definitely in these drafts, especially when we're going 6 players like this, man, it's upside play, upside play, upside play.
That's
why there's no price. I like give me guys like that.
Yeah, that's why I mean Cruz, like all these guys that have gone should go.
Who's Philly throwing tonight? Eflin.
Yeah. Still think Acuna's worth a pick coming up for sure. He's projected way too low on here.
I agree. Acuna is, again, upside, right?
Like, I'm sorry. He should not be projected under Kyle Tucker.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you on that one. Not tend to. I just agree with you on that one.
Like, and that doesn't mean that, obviously he'll get outscored by Kyle Tucker some days, but like there's probably honestly only been like 2 days all season Tucker's outscored Acuna so far.
I do, and that's one of the things I enjoy about this one. Let's see here. Who is Toronto have on the mound today?
Stripling.
Like for me, like how do you pick Goldschmidt above Alec? I don't know. Like I just don't like based on just talent. Give me Alex Bregman over Gold. Damn it, he took Alvarez. Oh, I was hoping he was going to fall. All right, I'll just ride the Red Hot Bogarts here. I really wanted Yordan Alvarez right there. I am I'm mad at Huggy Bear.
Nah, I wasn't going to take him here, but I mean, I get it. There's so many good hitters. Like, I can't argue with many of them.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Matt Harvey's now good again. Maybe I shouldn't have gone with Bogarts.
I was wondering what Boston's projected so high here.
I think it's sometimes tough for people to jump off of how bad Matt Harvey's been for years.
Right.
And again, Matt Harvey could end up being terrible again. He is no lock.
Wow, he took Arenado and Devers, so interesting. For me,
Sometimes weakening a position like that, though, if I can. If there's guys I like.
I want those side plays, man, like we talked about.
Yeah, Cruz, Bats, Acuna.
This is definitely a fun one because there's so many good plays tonight.
Yeah, there is a lot of guys in play here. I am going to go off script.
Okay.
Take Bo Bichette.
Damn, so we can end that shortstop.
Yeah. And I'm a Bo Bichette guy. I like guys with upside like that.
I will say though, like when there's so many games and only 6 people drafting, I don't know how much I buy into the weakening of the position that much. There's so many guys.
Well, it's definitely slate dependent, right?
For sure. No doubt. On this one in particular, I don't think it's doing that much damage personally. Like, not saying I still need a shortstop, so now it's less something to pull for me.
I think the other point is not the other point. Another point I wanted to bring up is like, remember when first base was just like the strongest position?
Yeah.
Like, it's just not the thing anymore. Like Nate Lowe, Josh Bell. Like, look at some of these names up here as like your top options. They're just not that good.
You're so right. First base has become one of the weaker spots.
Oh yeah, it has. And I think it's very important on this website, guys, that you continue to scroll down because
Yeah.
I just don't agree with their projections most days, which is kind of fun, actually.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, it's a lot of fun.
You tell me if Bryce Harper's playing that he's below Tyler O'Neill. Come on, really? Oh, I was actually going to take Muncy.
Damn, I love that pick right there.
I'll just go with Mike Trout.
Damn.
It's not a great matchup. He's Mike Trout.
I was definitely going to take Trout, and I have Urias, so I'm with you.
It just tells you what we think about Trout. You know, we've gone through years of analysis on them, and we've come to the same conclusion. He's good. He's really good.
He's real good. All right, I know I've taken all off outfielders, but there's one more real high upside one I want.
Do we bring him up on the show today? Nope. Aaron Judge. I like him too.
I don't love him on DK, but in a format like this, I don't know. Then
that goes back to.
I was gonna say I know. Oh, the weather. Go ahead. You go because I don't know who I want.
I want Aaron Judge over Paul Goldschmidt.
I think it's close for me, but I have no arguments for that.
I'm just not a big Goldschmidt guy anymore, and that's probably what feeds into that just a little bit.
I have no arguments for that at all.
Cleveland got on the mound today. Plesac?
Yeah.
The first baseman. Second base. Weak. Very weak position today.
Do you use the Q a lot?
Not on here, but I probably should.
I do, only because there's so many players I forget about, guys.
Easy to do. I've never used Q on here. Now that you say that, you just drag them over.
No, they changed it. Well, it's a star now. You just star it.
Okay. Oh, jeez, it's right there.
Yeah.
You know who's a dumb? He's got
You.
2 thumbs up, and he's on camera right now, and that's this guy.
Yep.
Thank you for agreeing.
Yes, it's pretty easy.
I'm in for that. Kind of forgot a lot of us need pitcher number 2 still.
Yes, and I know Steve hasn't taken any pictures yet.
Don't care about golf. There's some rain. Kitty. Time at Harvey. I definitely wouldn't pick Suter. But I don't like the other pitchers quite as much. So I'm just going to take E-Rod. Change. So be it. Excuse me. Any idea if they got good food at this wedding you have to go to?
I don't know, but the wedding's not till tomorrow, so.
Well, you're going to eat both days, though, right?
I will, but tonight is not the wedding. It's just the rehearsal dinner. So I have to go tonight and then tomorrow. So my whole weekend. All right, give me some Kleber Torres. And give me some Marcus Semien.
Oh, yeah. I've doubled up on Vlad and Bichette. And it's like I looked at Semien, I'm like, I like him, but I don't want too much Toronto with how Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde they are.
For sure. I get that.
I have no idea about Buxton playing today or not.
Me neither. Although, it kind of, if I had to guess, I would say doesn't play.
I got no arguments with that one, especially with how cautious they are in modern day baseball.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a big part of it for sure. I wonder how much love St. Louis gets tonight, with Arenado going against his old team, a lefty and stuff.
I have to assume they get decent love, too, because of their price tags.
They might get too much love.
For sure. But how can you ever not love St. Louis on a Friday night?
Yeah, against lefty. I mean, now they have Arenado, too. Yeah, for sure.
Not digging second base at all.
No, that's exactly why I took Torres and put him at second.
I get that. I get that a lot. All right. So I'm going to take one of your guys, Moncada.
I like that a lot.
Against a relatively weak righty. What are your thoughts on him still? You think he ever takes that leap to become that guy people want him to be?
Still too early to say, but he hasn't yet. That's for sure.
With some of these guys still too, like you see like how quickly Ronald Acuna and Bellinger and guys like that like just got rolling. It's harder to have patience with young studs, right? Yep. Soto, another one right after him. Soto was like good the second he walked into the bigs.
Yeah, good call. So it makes it harder with these, when you see these other guys, I'm with you, that are struggling a little bit. Okay. Dom Smith right there. I still need a first baseman. I mean, shoot, I'm going to take Nate Lowe.
Hey, low.
Looks like the best option here.
So, just because you said the name Nate made me think of Nate Dogg. I had an experience the other day that will crack you up. So, obviously, the lady I've been dating for a little while now is a little bit younger than I am, to say the least. And I mentioned the song Regulators because we were talking about Nate Dogg. And she's like, I've never heard of that song before. I'm like, what?
Wow.
Like, how is this even possible?
I can't believe that. Lindor just went also. Great pick, obviously. Can't believe I took Marcus Semien over like Lindor and Tim Anderson. What am I thinking? Machado? Man.
Grandal went already. I was going to take him.
Yeah, Grandal went already. For sure. Wow, can't believe she's never heard of Regulators.
I know. It's like, all right, now we got to mount up.
Did you play it for her?
Yeah, I did, and she still wasn't overly familiar.
Had she heard it though?
It's like maybe, and I'm like, that's just like to me, this is the age difference right here because like everybody my age can sing Regulators like word for word.
I'm trying to think. Like, how old is she?
26.
Okay, because like Sam's 30 and definitely knows Regulators, but even that 4 years means something.
Maybe, right?
Yeah, Sam's also like kind of into rap a little bit. She's got a little hood in her.
Yeah, and then when she plays rap music for me, and I'm just like, it makes me feel super old. I'm like, I don't know who any of these people are. It's just noise to me.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of the new rap is. Well, the new rap's for sure different, if nothing else.
Tupac and Biggie, those were great rappers. This is nothing but noise.
You sound like old man yelling at cloud.
Exactly. That's kind of what it is.
I didn't see you with the Aguilar pick. I respect that.
Way too expensive on DK, though. He torched his old team earlier this year, and we got like an inning or two as Suter, and then not the good bullpen guys.
For sure.
And I know we've discussed that a couple times today. We all have guys that we are way too high on, and guys that we don't respect as much as we should. Like for sure, does Jesus Aguilar fall into that category of guys that I probably like way too much?
He's another one of these guys that's had kind of a weird career where sometimes he's awesome and then other times he's like struggled to have a job to keep a job.
Yeah, and just gets bounced around. Like I still can't believe Milwaukee gave him away for literally nothing, like half of a season of a mediocre reliever.
Just makes no sense.
No, not at all. You weren't paying him anything or anything like that?
All right, I'm taking two guys here. My two hitter spots. I feel like these two guys shouldn't still be on the board. First, Ramon Laureano.
Well, he was in my queue, and I was going to take him, so.
Second, if he plays, he's 7-14 off Morton. Bryce Harper.
Yeah, especially like later in the rounds like this, like, because if you like, what's the difference between getting Jordan Luplow or AJ Pollock? Nothing. But if you get Bryce Harper in the starting lineup,
yeah, and like he's not on the DL or the IL, so I think maybe he has a chance to play tonight. I don't know. I only have one. Yeah, he was a no-brainer to be there.
Even if you don't think he plays, like, who cares? You just swap.
Yeah, exactly.
Took Shoemaker.
Yeah, I love my team, but I really wish I had taken one of those other guys over Semien. So pissed. But I still like Semien tonight. I mean, he's still a good. I still like him quite a bit, but we really like him because it's 4K on DK, right?
Right. That doesn't mean he's still an upside guy with power and speed.
Right. I mean, we still like him. So, like, there are other 4K guys we don't like. So, yeah, I'm with you.
You're just looking for that diamond in the rough pick is, weed through a bunch of these players.
Man, I couldn't imagine taking Shoemaker.
No, either. We're going to dog that pick. Now, again, it's Detroit. So we're always going to understand picking somebody against Detroit.
I'd take Harvey over Shoemaker tonight.
Argument, too.
That said, I mean, you're right. It is Detroit. Like, man,
They can make a lot of people look pretty good.
I wonder if Shoemaker gets love tonight because of that. Because like every starter's been good against them. Although after Detroit hit a little bit yesterday, I doubt he gets love.
It's really hard to roster somebody with his, recency bias, right? Like, because he's been god awful.
He's been so horrendous. I don't know. What's your take on this? Like, part of me when I feel like when I do these drafts, I should have a plan. But the other part of me is like, man, I think it's just important to let the draft come to you because you can't plan for something that's unpredictable.
When I'm multiple drafts in on the day, it's a little bit more of a plan. When it's
For
this
sure.
early in the day, it's not.
Yeah, I'm with that.
If there was more hours in the day, I would try to do a draft before we did these ones for video, so I could feel like I'm talking a little bit more of an intelligent standpoint. But sometimes it's just hard.
Yeah, for sure. I'm with that.
And I'll do a little picking on of Shoemaker myself. I'll take Grossman.
I like that call. Wow, Brad Keller and Shoemaker.
So that's my arguments.
Yeah.
If you're listening, Steve, not knocking you, I know you know your baseball, so that's my arguments for like why you run through offenses later. Like, don't get me wrong, like I like Nolan Arenado tonight, and I like JD Martinez and Devers and these guys, but like
I will say to Steve's credit, he's won. I've said this a couple of these by taking these big bats early. I'm with you though. Like he's behind the eight ball with Shoemaker and Keller in my mind.
like what do you project him for? Like 15 points out of his pitchers? Maybe with like chance of -5.
Yeah, like definite chance of -5 for sure.
Like if he gets 30 out of his pitching, I am floored tonight.
I have no arguments for that at all. I mean, I think my first starter, Urias, outscores both of them probably.
You can argue that point. Salvador Perez at the end, always a nice pick. So I do think like you talked about this solidifying what you feel about things on like DK, and also like sometimes people look too much at the stacks they're interested in DK because of prices, and like Salvador Perez, like I don't like the matchup with Carlos Rodon because obviously that's my pitcher, but like Salvador Perez might arguably be the best hitting catcher in baseball.
Yeah, this is definitely not a spot where you should stack. Like, because ownership doesn't matter at all because everyone like can only own the player one. I mean, I don't know. I just try to pick out the best plays in this. Like, I've got players from a bunch of different spots.
Yeah, like you mentioned too, like Mike Trout. I shouldn't have been able to get him in round 5. It's Mike Trout.
Yeah, like you could make a case for him as like the top 5 pick every day.
Right. And then I think the other points that we like a lot, like the Soto pick by Spencer here and the Harper pick by you, like what are the differences between like even for me, like when I grab Moncada right here, I was already looking at Haniger too, who I got 3 rounds later. But when you get a Soto into your lineup, and then like you might have even been looking at Castellanos later in that round, for example, like that's just I love these guys who are day to day that slip. You just know how great they are because Juan Soto is arguably a top 5 hitter in baseball.
Yeah, and also I think that's a good way to look at it, like with Steve's. And I love Arenado today. I would have taken him probably if he had fallen to me, him and Urias. But like his first and second to last pick, he's got Arenado and Shoemaker. I got Urias and Harper. Like, who do you like more?
Urias and Harper.
It's not even close.
Because if Harper plays,
He's
like him and Arenado are like the same.
Yeah, he's very comparable with Arenado.
I know he's going up against his old team and he's facing a lefty, but this isn't Arenado in Coors Field. And just because like we like the idea of him playing his old team, like so what? Maybe he tries too hard tonight and goes over. That's why I don't know. I like to get a pitcher in the first round as long as the options are decent.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially when you need 2 of them like this. Like I got Manaea as my like couple rounds before that. I like Manaea much more than Shoemaker, Keller. That's for sure.
Oh hell yeah! And I took Erod right here. But for me, like everybody after Erod, with the exception of maybe Mania, was about the same to me.
And you mentioned it, like on DK, Mania is too expensive, but like that doesn't matter here.
Not at all. So, all right, guys. We appreciate y'all watching. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.